One setting.
So use a real reader, bro.
Come on, man. Come on. What us say? Look, I'm taking notes. See, so when
6,000.
people tell me they writing, I'm like, nah, bro.
Oh, you doing what you're supposed to do. That's what
You know
it
what I'm
is.
saying? Like, hey, come on, man. You got questions in here, right?
Yeah.
So to answer the question.
You know what I'm saying? That's
I
what's
gotta
up.
be able to, I'm like, shit, I gotta learn how to lay some brick.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling these children, these folks, man, y'all better quit playing, get this real money out here. You know what I'm saying? Because they be looking at me. They be looking at me like, teacher, why was you on the roof, man? What was you doing up there? I said, because they wanted $800 to get up there. So I said, oh, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I got that.
I said, I just saved $800.
You sound like me.
I just saved $3,000 this month working on the roof on the house. You know.
Like the car, when you cut the car, I'm gonna sit down. You know them air shop.
Yep.
And I pulled up on one of them goddamn little bumper things and went into this meeting. I'm like,
Ooh,
I get in the
Benzes
car.
don't play.
Oh, when they back it up, I'm like,
Oh, blew out the air compressor, or was it the bag?
it was the bumper. Pull the bumper off.
Oh, you pulled up under
I was
something.
like,
Ooh.
I'm looking at them. I said, shit.
How much Mercedes?
YouTube, how to install a bumper? It's gonna be a little clip. You gonna get this clip, slide that clip. That's gonna be a little screw. Man, I went out that bird. I went out there.
There you go, right there. Made it happen. Hey, what Mercedes want to fix it? No, you didn't even bother to call. He said, you don't have to call Mercedes.
I knew I wasn't gonna call, get no claim. I ain't gonna come out of pocket.
Hey, two things you don't do when you got a Mercedes. You don't call the dealer.
That's a no-no. I looked out, man.
You know you ain't supposed to.
I gotta do
S550. Wait a minute. Hold on. Never mind. Cancel that. S600. Nah, cancel that.
I gotta do it. So as soon as I brought that car, man, I met him. I got a guy I've been going to for like about 15 years, but he only do brakes. Leon, Brake City.
Right.
Only do brakes. But he a mechanic. So I'm in there, man. He had some brakes done. And then he had rented out this spot over there. I said, who's that guy? He was a white guy. He said, man, he good. He all right, man. He a good dude, man. I said, I don't need nothing right now. I'm good. He went a week later. Cut my car on. I was like, I said, man, what the heck? So I got to pass by him to get to another. I said, shit, let me pull in here. Pull in there, man. That dude was like, he said, yeah, I think you got some coil misfiring. I was like, what? He said, just leave it up there. Man, that dude, man, he charged me a little next to that, man.
Oh, that's good looking out.
And ever since then, I'll be like, that light comes, oh, sir. And that driver checked everything. He said, yeah, I check your tire tread. I said, ooh.
Good mechanic there. You can't have a German car without having a good mechanic. You know?
A monster. Yeah, because I was like, ooh, boy, I don't want to be bleeding out on this.
Hey, that's what I like about my little young people I train, man. I be looking on Facebook. These cats be busting Range Rovers down. I just be sitting there smiling like, boy, they got it. One of my homeboys broke down on the freeway in the 645 BMW, and I'm like thinking, this new. I'm like, ooh, they gonna lay a cat out for that. He like, oh, I'm gonna take it back and fix it myself. I just started laughing.
You like, oh shit.
Like we did it. We done did it. We done did that thing because we done passed it down.
Oh,
they don't get scared of car. They like hating on you up in there. Kick them out, man. Church folks keep it going. Y'all be talking about them church folks, boy. They ain't think about you. So what? They done went overboard up in there, y'all. I'm out here in Atlanta, Georgia. No, I'm in Stonecrest, Georgia, y'all. And they done went overboard on the radio show up in there. That's something interesting. We out here real estating in Atlanta, in Stonecrest, Georgia, y'all. I'm on the Daily Bread show. They're about to go in there and get interviewed. We're gonna talk about real estating. what's going on from a national perspective, y'all. It's serious out here. It ain't getting serious. It's serious out here. So that's why I be like talking a lot, y'all. Talking radio shows, because we can't talk about the problem without talking about solutions. You know what I'm saying? Who we got here? Duran, how you doing? Duran and Divestments. So, you know, we got to keep it 100, and we're going to talk about the problem. We got to talk about some solutions, too. So we about to walk up in there shortly. Let these folks leave up out of here. All right, let me get on.
Oh, okay, right here.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, fellas? What's going on? Yeah. All right.
Studio! What's going on, bro?
I thought you were here.
Huh?
I thought you came on here.
No, you can't. Go ahead. Studio! What's going on with you? You all right?
My homemade TV station.
Uh-oh. What'd you call it?
Boy, these videos be popping, man.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Well,
I like the clarity. They're real clear.
Oh, man.
There's another cord back there.
Clear is like understatement. Is it which one?
Another extension cord. You know what this?
I need a little help.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying. I need a little help there.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I need a little help there, though.
Huh?
Hey, I got the mother pins too. We need to bring this down some.
Oh, man.
What else we got some for
You say you finally got some.
you? Yeah, when I got some, you say you need some water to bring it down, right? Yeah. Call about.
Because the way the DB be, man, to be in the bottom.
Say it again.
I said the only thing you see in the screen is
I got the alternate in the thing right there. Grab the headphone right there on the bottom.
What we going with this one?
No, that's yours.
Oh, okay.
y'all, there you go.
I still gotta get that too, though.
Man, you better come on.
Mind me, man.
I've been telling you that for a while.
You need to do it.
I've been doing it for a while. All the money.
You got to be all about it. You got to be
Nah, man. Oh, nah. You got to try to stop.
Keegan, what's up, good brother? I'm gonna get a smaller one. Tablet, piece of paper. Oh, she got. Oh, let me get that. Thank you, brother. You done came up on us, man. You ready? You ready, man? Man, you got a beer back there? No,
Where's that Hennessy?
what the golf clubs at? You know. I know he ready for it.
That's it, bro. Episode 110. Okay, you got to do it now. I'm racing y'all running, man. Man, you should like, come on, man. Why you taking so long, bro? Been doing this all day. Why you taking so long, bro? Come on, man. All right, man. It's 10 minutes after, bro. 10 minutes after.
Get this already?
No, I did it. You see it? You got it? You got it? Hey, well, come on, man.
Put your headphones on.
My headphones on, bro. What you think this is, man?
My headphones.
Oh, bro, you ain't. Oh, man. I thought you. Oh, man. How about that?
No worries.
Let's see. Oh!
Don't start the house.
I ain't gonna start, man. Got to the other. Hey, man, where the mic? Where the mic, bro?
What is like that? There you go.
Hit the mic, man.
There you go in that house. There you go in that house.
Hit the mic, Mike.
Studio.
Hit the mic, Mike.
He get
Boy.
excited, boy.
Boy.
Like a kid in the candy store.
Boy. Boy. Come on, man. This ain't no game. Come on, man. This is the #1 show in the land. This is the #1 show. That's the first one.
You get
Yes, sir.
You got Sam?
Yeah.
Man, that cut right there. Oh, you ain't hit a new one. This cut right. Hey, boy. Got 2 theme songs.
Oh, wait.
2 of them.
We gotta put one of mine. Put mine on there. Wait a minute.
Oh, hey, man. Hey, man.
Go to my YouTube.
Go to TJ YouTube, man. Pull up Jules, man. See?
Thomas TJ Lofton YouTube.
Thomas
TJ Lawson.
LOFTIN.
What am I looking for?
It's a song when they call Jules. Yeah, man. 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 Yeah, man.
Wait a minute. Educate, motivate. Wait a minute. Educate. That sounds positive to me. Y'all hear that? We educating, we motivating up in here, y'all. Educate, motivate, elevate.
Oh, you like that? You like that, man? Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. This your host, Rakeem Thompson Sr. coming to you live from
Where you at?
right outside of Atlanta.
Stove Mountain.
We in
Liver.
okay, we in Liburn.
Say it. Say it.
Liburn.
Liburn. Y'all hear that?
Get
Liburn.
it,
Something
Stone
like
respect.
close to Stone Mountain, outside of Atlanta.
Liver.
Yeah, just keep it moving, man. But thank you for tuning in. This is the Daily Bread Show. And I'm the host, Joaquin Thompson Sr. I got a special guest in with me tonight. So the show is gonna be on. So I'm gonna just tell y'all from the rip. Just buckle up. So let me do the ground rules first. For those of you all that are joining for the very first time, this show is about personal finance. And what we believe on the Daily Bread Show is that everything is tied to personal finance, from where you're born to where you transition, to what you drive, to where you live, what you wear, what you eat, what you don't eat, how many kids you got. Everything is tied to personal finance. So what we do each and every week, this is episode 110. So we didn't hit, we out of the single digits, so we back on pace. Double. We at 110. We at 110. So we headed to 1,000. We only got 890 shows to go, but like we always say, we ain't did it by, if we ain't hit by 1,000, we got faith, but if we ain't hit by 1,000, I know, I'm just saying. But so each and every week, what we do is we come on, we talk about personal finance from a spiritual perspective. We don't do religion on the Daily Bread Radio Show because when you start dealing with religion, things get gray. They get fuzzy. People, I'm Pentecostal, I'm AME, I'm this. We believe it's only one source, and that's God. So if you ever see me do this, put my one finger up, that means it's just one. So you call him, you call him what you want to, Messiah, Yahweh, whatever you want to call God. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you tune in each and every week because that's what we're doing. We're talking personal finance, we're doing our thing, and we helping people. I mean, the essence of the show is really just like the show's motto is, educate, motivate, elevate. Look at TJ. I'm gonna go and formally, officially introduce my special guest, man. This is my man from the West Coast. One of the West Coast finest. This is Thomas TJ Lofton. He's in the studio with us today. So TJ, welcome back to the show, man.
Good looking out, brother. I appreciate the invite.
You appreciate the invite?
Normally when I come, they don't let me come back. Now I'm just kidding.
No, bro, no. Hey, man, when you was on the first time, man, it was so much energy. Right? The energy was just the energy was so crazy that, and like I done did a bunch of shows, talked to a bunch of people, did a lot of things. But that show, man, we did the first time, I was like, damn, who is? And the crazy part was like how we met. Because I just came in, you was out there chilling. Hey, man, what's happening? What's happening? What's up? This, that. Next thing I know, you was like, hey, who you got on the show tonight? I was like, you? So then when you came in, man, we just, we blazed it real hard, man. And then, did some transactions, got the book. And like I shared with you all, man, and we're gonna keep talking about the book, man. So I'm gonna let TJ plug the book, but just a little backstory about this brother, man. Business extraordinaire. Now, one thing about people, when you run into people, and people are like, hey, man, I'm this, I'm that. Brothers, once you do something, you document it, it's all good. So can't nobody come back and say, well, no, I don't think. It's documented, bro. It's documented. So this brother's a business extraordinaire, doing a ton of work in the community, doing a ton of work, not only in L.A., because he's a native of L.A., but all over the country. So we're just excited to have him back on the show. We're going to talk about some of the things that's his favorite topics of me and him. We've been talking off the air, so we're going to talk about some of his favorite topics. And he going to get, the only thing I'm going to tell y'all is this, man, and I always tell my audience this each and every week. If you don't look, I'm on the show, look, see what's in my hand? I'm on the show, I'm the host. You see what's in my hand?
What's in your hand?
This is called pen. No, I'm joking. Look, man, if you don't have one of these, go grab one of these. Just run to the kitchen real quick, get you one of these. Because I'm telling you, this brother is going to be dropping some jewels. And you're going to want to be writing it down like real quick. Because this is the kind of stuff that we need. We got to have these type of resources in our communities. But see, a lot of times we looking for, lifestyles of the rich and famous, and they this, they on TV, they on that. But guess what? All of the people who up there, they ain't coming down here giving us game. They ain't telling us like what steps to take, what to do, what not to do, how to change your mindset, how to deprogram yourself, right? How to deprogram. And I said deprogram because a lot of this stuff that we've learned is outdated. It don't work. We're in a digital age. It's a whole lot of stuff going on, and it's documented. So, I mean, we're going to talk about a lot of that tonight. So if you don't have your pen, make sure you got your pens, you taking notes, and we're going to jump right in. So, TJ, welcome to the show, bro.
Appreciate your family. I appreciate being able to be here with you.
So for those people out here in the art, man, what's up with all them sound effects, man?
There you go.
Hey, you want to do that every week, man? You want to play?
It's like they
on,
happy.
bro. Come on,
TJ
bro.
here. Let's
burning
go.
up time. You burning up time.
Man, look here. You
Burning up time.
So you can't talk over sound effects?
Man, come on, man.
Keep talking.
Come on, man. I need you.
talking.
Look, you ever been in the choir? You been in the choir? You know what this means?
Did you hear this? Watch this.
Look,
Hey,
you
I
know
like
what
that.
that?
Hey,
you know
hey, I
what
like
that
that one right there.
You know what that means?
You know what that mean?
Hold on.
That's Cash App right there.
Let's say it again. Let's do it again.
Feel free to Thomas TJ Lawson Cash App.
Man, y'all done started already.
I like
man.
that, though.
Look, just like in the chorus. Just like in the
know.
chorus. When they do this,
Want to hear it again?
look.
As long as it's real, I want to see the sign.
You know what I'm saying?
You got cash again.
Man. So TJ, hey man, we got to jump right in, bro. So
What you got?
no, you tell us, man. You've been all over the country, man. I done read the book. A lot of stuff going on. I got some stuff I was just sharing with you. This is in this week's. Look, July 19th through the 25th. This is the Atlanta Business Chronicle. So, I'm a big proponent of, like you, like to read. And when me and you were talking earlier this week, the first thing the headline caught me was what? Atlanta rapidly gentrifying. Right? This is the business paper for Atlanta. This is the Atlanta Business Chronicle. Atlanta rapidly gentrifying. Atlanta is rated as the 4th fastest gentrifying city in the nation, behind only Washington, D.C., Portland, and Seattle. So we number 4. So then I said, well, let me take it a step further, because I know TJ was coming on. So TJ, let's just kind of break that down, man. So for the lay people,
let's think about that real quick.
okay,
Look who you come behind. Portland,
DC,
Oregon. That's close to Palo Alto.
right?
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
We talking about the tech capital. You know what I'm saying? What was the second one?
It was DC. DC was 1.
Okay,
Portland was
that's
2.
Government.
Seattle was number 3.
That's up there with all that tech money.
Yeah,
So for y'all to be at, DC is government. Now we
Yes.
number 4?
we number 4.
That says a lot right there. Look who you coming behind. That's powerful right there.
Yeah,
What's up,
powerful.
Kyle?
I mean, the gentrification.
Yeah, money. You got money in town, y'all.
So what does that mean, though? So look, we got to read the tea leaves, because a lot of times people, you saying that's powerful, you just sat back, hey man, that's powerful. It's a whole bunch. What does that mean, though?
It means if you in position to receive some money that's coming in, you got tech money coming. You ain't got McDonald's that moved into town. They've opened up and now they about to hire 50 people.
Right.
You talking about Facebook moved into town. they paying their employees $500,000. Google right here, Facebook right there, SpaceX over there. You talking about major money players, billionaires hanging around, trillionaires running through the town. Now you talking about we in position because we over here building houses. What you doing? We ain't building a little apartment Section 8. We over here. Oh, what would you like? Oh, you want an 80,000 square foot house? Oh, you want 120,000? Oh, you want to wait until they order theirs so you can know how big you want to order yours? Because you got to be bigger than everybody. If you in position to make money, I mean, you can even just do ceiling fans. Be like, all I know how to do is a ceiling fan. I'd be like, all right, I give you $100 each, and I need 114 of them hanging in the house over here. How long you need?
Man.
Hanging ceiling fans. You know what I'm saying? You like, I can do plumbing, man. I can come hang TVs on the wall. Oh, I got 50 of them I need hung on the wall in some of these houses. So even if it's just 10, how many TVs you got hanging on your wall in your house?
Let's go on to the next topic.
I got a 3 over there. That's $300.
That's too much pressure, man.
That's $300 over there,
You gotta, man, give me a signal or something, man. When you get ready to hit me with something, man, you gotta like, You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't one for long, but no, but I mean that's the whole. And we talked about that on the show recently because now this is saying a lot. And what you just shared with us, right? When you say, "Hey, man, that means it's a lot of money coming into town." The other thing that this paper is telling you is this: listen to this, behind Seattle, behind Silicon Valley, where's the fastest growing tech city in the nation? Atlanta. Atlanta.
Movies and
Atlanta. Now we ain't even touched on the movies, but you got companies like MailChimp. They already coming here in this same paper. Boeing is already what does that say? Boeing eyes Atlanta for huge facility. What's the front page say? World Cup raises interest in Atlanta pro women's soccer team. That means it's coming. It ain't like they raising interest.
And see, we gotta identify what does that mean. Most people are like, yeah, let me get my season tickets. Like, hold on, man. That to me, that means go buy up all the land. Where's the season cup? Where the cup gonna be at? Where? Oh, over there in Lilburn or something. let me go. Oh, crap! Let me.
He said Little Bird. Little Bird.
Hey, don't take that the wrong way. I'm new to town, y'all. I just got off the plane. Don't mind me.
He said, I'm Cali.
People always telling me, they say these people is coming to town. I'll be like, where? They be like, he gonna be in Stone Mountain. I'll be like, where in Stone Mountain? Because we got to go ride around and do some real estate so we can find some land over there. So we can see what can we open up in that area. Period.
Man.
Develop it. You got to be able to cash in on this stuff. You got all this money coming into town. They developing. You sitting back letting these cats bring foreigners in overseas to come out here and swing a hammer? And they paying them $80,000 just to come over here? But yeah, we live right here and they making 60 dressing suits and ties and I'm too good to swing a hammer. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, all you need to do is quit your job and say, I'm starting a business called TJ Ceiling Fans.
Hey,
pulling down 7 figures a year, hanging. I'm a celebrity ceiling fan hanger. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. But we make it real complicated. Oh no, I gotta go get me a degree. I gotta have the word doctor in front of my name. The only thing I want in front of my name is business owner. You know what I'm saying? Wait, I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to say dollar sign.
No, boss. I want BOSS in front of my name. That's it. I'm cool. And
So
check
you
my
good?
bank account. Yeah, because it's like, oh, I got a $88 million contract with these cats with this hotel. I'm going to go hang some ceiling fans in there. Or they want me to do all the ceiling fans in the TVs.
Man, listen, this is a live show. This is not rehearsed, not taped. And I'm about to put y'all up on something right now. You heard what he just said, right? 2 weeks ago, I took a picture of my granddaughter, her graduation, to go get it framed. Went into this, it's a wholesale framing company, maybe 2 miles from my house, right? But in that corridor is the largest picture wholesale framing companies in the nation. Right in that corridor. So I go in, just like what TJ just said. I go in, talk to the lady. We start having some small talk. This is what she hit me with. She said, now these pictures over here, you can buy those, they different prices. She said, but look, I'm going to tell you something. She's like, but look, I'm going to tell you. She said, you see all them boxes, all that stuff stacked up? And you see that other warehouse that we just added on? I was like, yeah. She said, all of that comes from artwork that we provide to hotels.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
She said artwork, she said we can't make it fast enough. She said all the art that you see up and down the hallways when you checking in and out of the hotel, you go down the hallway, you know how you always be some picture of something. It'd be a picture of a vase, a picture of some flower. She said that's what we do, and we ship them all over the country.
Let's talk about hotels real quick. I'm glad you brought that up. See, I forget I got so much to talk
Come
about.
on, man. Come on. Hey,
but
man.
now
Don't,
that you
hey,
said
man.
hotel, let me.
We're here to bring it now.
We're gonna break down gentrification, y'all. What's happening in California? California is the most expensive state. California is number 1. New York is number 2. Right. So now you got the factor that the baby boomers are retiring. you got people, okay, let me back it up a little bit. The baby boomers are retiring and they're thinking taxes are too expensive here. My house is paid off. You know what I'm saying? Junior's off at college. Little daughter, she's off at college. We home by ourselves. So we want to move out to Atlanta so we can be near our baby at Morehouse or at Howard or whatever. So they moving to the South, right? So you got these tech capital cats. They say Silicon Valley is too expensive because you got Google and Facebook right here. You are not fixing to get nothing across the street or a mile away or 5 miles away from Facebook or Google for less than $1 million.
Correct.
We talking about 600 square feet. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all said 600 square feet.
600 square feet for 1.2 million. So okay, so check this out. These cats are starting to quit and say, you know what, we smart. We're going to go open up an Instagram or something like that. So now Google and Facebook and Apple fighting to buy all these new tech companies that's quitting and starting up, all these new startups. So fast forward the story, they proposed to them, okay, check this out. Y'all can't start a family because y'all got to go 2 hours away from the job to buy a house with a backyard where you can have a family, right? So why don't we just pack up this tech capital, Silicon Valley, and move down to LA, and we're going to take all their houses and make that Silicon Beach, because you can get a house on the beach for $700,000, $800,000, $900,000. That's bigger than what you can get out here. And then in a couple years, once we finish doing what we're doing, the house going to be worth about 5 or 10 million. So they like, let's go. So now we're talking about what's in 10 miles of Silicon Beach? Compton, LA, Watts, Black America, right? Okay, so let's keep it pushing. Now the housing prices start booming in these areas, right? Compton, LA, and Watts, houses skyrocketing overnight. You got all the universities jumping in saying, USC saying they know the plan. They got the blueprint of what Silicon Valley is about to do. They already know baby boomers is retiring in large numbers. They moving, so they decide we're gonna start buying up everything first. So now we got everybody's trying to accommodate the Silicon cats, right?
Right.
Now you got people walking up to your house, knocking on your door like, look, I'm willing to give you $1 million, but I need you out of here this weekend. I know the house only worth $550. You know what I'm saying? You like, we got to go. So what are we doing now? What does that mean? Public storage came in first. Start building public storages everywhere, right? Did you notice all these public storages popping up? All these storage facilities? Boom. Hope. What else you need when you gentrifying? People knocking on the door saying, we need you out tomorrow. People cashing out, selling their houses, and then first thing they do, put their stuff in storage, and where do they go? Hotel.
Yeah.
They go stay in the hotel thinking, I got $850,000. I'm moving to Atlanta. We're going to find a house. So they put their stuff in public storage and fly out to Atlanta, check in a hotel, and think they're finna find a house today. But it turned out it takes a while because they say, the real estate agents say, if they from California or New York, don't show them Atlanta. Take them to Marietta. Take them out here to Alpharetta, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to show them brand new houses. Tell them, you want a brand new house? Who don't want a brand new house? Everybody want a brand new house. You get to pick your granite, your carpet. You get to decide if you want this to be a room or a loft.
Pick the little knobs.
You get to pick your knobs, your countertop. You want cherry cabinets?
Soft closing.
Man, come on, man. Everybody want that. We
Sub-Zero refrigerator.
Yeah, I want Sub-Zero. Oh, I want a Wolf. I want a Viking. You know what I'm saying? They like... What's the heated floor? Let me get them too. You know what I'm saying? So what's happening is now you got these cats staying in these hotels at $4,000 and $5,000 a month. Think about it. We barely go on vacation. We can't stay too long because it costs too much, right? But we there for a week and complaining about it. They there for 6 or 7 months in the hotel. So now the hotels is building like crazy in Atlanta and Palmdale, California. All over the country, we got new hotels popping up everywhere in public storages. I'm like, can we buy some hotels? People think they going to get in this house. They coming out here thinking, okay, well, I got 700,000 or 600,000, and they keep getting outbid.
Yeah.
So now you thinking you finna come out here and grab a house real quick, and you keep getting outbid. Now you sitting in a hotel for 2 years. You see what I'm saying? At $5,000 and $6,000 a month for a 1-bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Wow. They paying a gang of money, and your stuff sitting in storage. Now, remember this show called Storage Wars?
Yeah.
Cats is losing their storages. Oh man, I could just go deep and talk about the opportunities that gentrification is creating, and we got to get involved. We can't complain about it. Let's go put our money together and open the public storage. Let's go buy. I come to Atlanta and I'm looking at hotel. I know I was in Alabama. Hotel about 8 floors, 500,000. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, 500,000? I don't care if it costs me a million to put it back together. We go one floor at a time. You know what I'm saying? So we got to think about that. You ain't got to restore the hotel. Let's do the first. Start off with the first floor, then we go with the second floor, and then 2 years later we hit the third and the fourth floor. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's so much opportunity. Shopping centers for sale. I'm like, y'all got a whole mall over here vacant.
Yeah.
You know, I'm telling y'all, and nobody,
Yeah.
look, we only coming out here looking for houses. So my point is, all of this stuff is changing. Every time I come out here, people I'm like, how much is that right there? They looking at me crazy. I'm like, how much is that commercial building? They look at me crazy. I'm like, they thinking about houses. We always talking about houses. Well, what about entrepreneurship? What about starting businesses? So when you talking entrepreneurship,
Get 'em, TJ.
now
I
you're
know
talking
you're going.
commercial property, right? Every black neighborhood, you got plenty of vacant commercial property, and I'm just sitting there like a kid in the candy store, and I'm asking them, I'm saying, I can't let you know I'm excited, right? I can't let you know
You got
that
your- you got
I'm
your
deep
unit-
down inside.
you
doing
got your unit
backflips. I'm like, oh really? What they?
Oh,
I'm
that's
asking,
it?
but I ain't asking. What you want
That's
for that?
it?
What you want for this? What this building worth? Oh, it's too expensive. Now I learned from state to state. I got to ask, what's your definition of expensive mean? Because everybody got a different definition depending on who you talking to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I'm here in Atlanta, they tell me I'm in Lithonia looking at, this is supposed to be Black Wall Street. I'm looking at 2-story tall brick buildings, right? I'm like, okay, well, damn, I'm thinking, that's a nice building. I want this building with just a block full of them. I'm like, I see some signs up, so I say, what these buildings go? Oh, they too high, man. You waited too late. So I had to play it off. I'm like, okay, well, what's too high? What do you mean? Man, these things, if last year they just went up. So if you would have came last year, I said, okay, well, what does high mean? What are you talking about? Man, these things are 70,000. I'm like, 4,000 square feet, 2 stories, 2,000 square foot of commercial on the bottom, 2,000 square foot of apartment, 3 apartments on the top, and you talking about 70,000 is a lot of money for a brick building? I'm like, ooh, 70. I'm like, ooh, wow, you're right, dang.
You trying to?
I'm like, wow.
Hey, man, I gotta.
What did they use
I gotta
to
make a
cost?
run. I'll be.
Yeah, what did they used to cost? Oh man, they was 35,000 a couple years ago. I'm like, in my mind, I'm doing backflips because I'm like, in LA, this is $1.5 million building, easily in the bad neighborhood. So I'm like, I'm ready to buy the whole block now because I'm like, how can I can't let them know that I want to buy the whole block because I don't want to drive the real estate up. You know what I'm saying?
So you got the ease in there. But
I
then,
got
I
the
mean, but
ease in
listen
there.
though. But I mean, you brought up some key points, man, and I'm glad we're talking about that because we got a lot of business owners on. I seen different people, joining, and this is a serious topic because we're talking about DC, Portland, Seattle, but I'm about to put another city on. I guess young people say on blast. My hometown, Duval County. It's the 5th largest city in the world area-wise. It's one county.
What state is this?
This is Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
You got
they going through it over there.
beaches. You got pro football. And the thing about it is, it's all in this newspaper like this. It's a newspaper. And I read this research a year ago. So when we start talking about getting in position, I'm reading this newspaper and it says, look, by 2020, it's going to be 3. This is what the newspaper said. They've already contracted, not they looking at, not they thinking about, they have already contracted with 3 major hotels to break ground in downtown Jacksonville.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So when I read that, I was like, So that means something really, really, really about to pop off.
Yep.
And then they talked about, and we've done a deal with this developer to create X number of loft, mixed-use properties in downtown along the waterfront. So I'm like, ooh, man, that's...
Yep.
And, look, and on top of that, so then I go and do my little, get on my laptop. What else is that? Just about the entire area of downtown, including where the stadium is what? A federal opportunity zone,
Yep.
an OZ. So I'm like,
Zones.
man, and I mean, you could go online right now to gov.deals, and they're having an auction right now where they auctioning off land. And we just talked about this, TJ. It wasn't 3 weeks ago on this show when I was like, look, when people say you don't want that, or
That's too expensive.
that's terrible, or man, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing with that land, I'm like, you need to go out there and check it out.
Yeah.
Because that means you just got a limited vision about what somebody else saying it don't look like. I'm like, you need, because dirt is dirt,
Right.
right? And if you know all of this is coming in front of you, that means people are coming too. And just like what you're saying with the baby boomers, it's too expensive to go to South Florida. You can't go to Miami no more and saying you can't leave New York and go to Miami and get a new house.
Right.
It ain't gonna happen.
Right.
You priced out of South Florida. So all of that's coming up, Central Florida and North Florida. I mean, Jacksonville is like the gateway. I mean, it's the gateway to everything. Got a major airport,
Yep.
right? You already had the Super Bowl there. It's gonna come back again.
Cruises.
You got cruises. They done dredged up the port so they can go deeper and get more cruise lines and other industries coming through. So it's prime real estate.
Yeah.
It's super prime. And
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm telling people like, hey man, let's band together, let's get some of this money. And even if we just buy little lots, you could just buy so I know I already know the answer to this. So what's your what's your theory on buying lots, land development and construction?
Well, that's all the same. Land development is to buy land and develop it and do construction. So that's all in one.
Okay.
So my theory is we need to turn around and start educating our young people.
Yeah, pull your mic up. Pull your mic up, because I don't want them to miss this, man. There you go.
We got enough doctors and people like that. Can we get some developers? You know what I mean? I want to be able to hire a black development company to come over here and build my hotel, or to build up my 50 houses that I'm planning on building, or this housing community, So these cats is making money hand over fist. So we got to start getting in position, because how they locking us out with gentrification is all the contractors is Hispanic or other than us.
Right.
The vast majority of them. So if they want to lock us out, they just turn around and tell us high prices. So we can't build affordably. But if we put our children into these areas, I'll tell you this. You tell me I'm going to put my son in school. I want him to be a medical doctor. I say I'm going to put my son in school to be a contractor. Only one of them going to be a billionaire. The other one going to have a bunch of debt. And I ain't trying to talk about nobody. I'm just telling you the real. So with this amount of development in the next 4 years, your son that's in school to learn how to do land development is going to be a billionaire, because houses already at $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 in Atlanta. LA, we had $1 million in the hood. I had a little bitty 2-bedroom where I was at. We talking about $890,000, and people still getting shot at the corner. You know what I'm saying? 2-bedroom house for $890,000, y'all. That's LA. So now we looking at all them people selling their houses coming out to Atlanta, and it's pushing the prices up. So the way they gonna lock us out is turn around. The way they trying to lock us out,
Right.
they're fading them. They ain't gonna do it because we giving up the game, y'all.
Nah, they ain't gonna do it because we like this.
I'm saying, look, y'all. I'm like, look. Lil
We ain't got
Johnny.
to that part yet. We still got time. We ain't finished.
Look, family, we gonna talk numbers. I know somebody. This like church now. It's
Right.
like religion. We got to be careful when we talking about education now.
Go
when
ahead.
people get offended.
Go ahead,
they like,
minister. Go ahead, minister.
I want my baby to have a paper on the wall like I got.
Go ahead, minister.
I want my baby to have that paper that he
Go
can't
ahead,
pass,
minister.
that he can't pass down. To the second generation. But the reality is, how much do doctors make? I'm talking about, 5-6 year doctors? They barely making from 160 to 300, and they fighting them, trying to stop them from getting there. Now, if you say you a specialist, I'm a brain surgeon. Okay, of course you're gonna be $1 million, but 90% of the people is not going to school that long to get no brain surgeon. How often do you meet a black brain surgeon? You know what I'm saying? You already know when we get to Ben Carson level, it's only about a handful of those, if that.
Right.
But my point is, we talking about how much are these doctors making? Doctors making $300,000 do not qualify to purchase a home in LA right now. Y'all hear what I just said? So you want to be a doctor? You're not making any money no more. But the land developer, on the other hand, he's over here taking contracts like crazy. The plumber's over here. He like, TJ, how many houses you building? Oh, I'm building 50. Okay, well, I need you to plumb my house, the whole house. What do you charge me per house? He's like, I do all 50 for $6,000 a piece. Well, what if I bring in my brother over here? He building 100. He got more money than me. Well, can we get a package deal? You know what I'm saying? When you build all 150 houses, all right, T, I'm gonna do that for $5,000 a piece. Y'all see what I'm saying? Little plumber.
150,000.
Now you talking about electrician. Now you talking about the ceiling fan man. Now you talking about the cabinet man, the countertop man, the granite man,
The sheet rocker.
the sheet rocker. And I'm talking about pulling
The
down
landscaper. We already talked about the landscaper
Yeah,
last
the
time.
landscape. Oh,
The
I want-
celebrity landscaper.
Yeah, the celebrity landscaper. Okay, I want a black wall around my house, and I want, some
Retention pond.
electric gates, and I want TJ initials on the front. I want this logo man on the front. I want my logo on the front. I said, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, well, we can do your gate, because I'm a celebrity gate maker. I can do that for about $800,000. You know what I'm saying? Because I know your house is worth $7 million, TJ. You know what I'm saying? So we got to pay attention to this kind of stuff. It's about the trades, y'all. I'm not trying to just I'm not going Booker T on y'all. I'm just saying Booker T was right. Booker T told y'all, hey, it's about these trades. So now, wait a minute. Here we go.
You on with the Daily Bread Radio Show? This is Joaquin. What's your name and where you calling from?
That's somebody ain't got something to do.
Man, what is that? Who is that? He called
Oh yeah,
you?
we
Yeah,
do.
someone. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Prank caller.
Yeah.
I said,
But that's, I mean, but the whole thing
I thought
is,
that was them college people called. I'm sorry.
look, man. Hey, look, and to be honest with you, we just gonna that's what we do on the Daily Bread. Just to be honest, I'm an educated man, right? And everything that TJ is saying, right? Everything this brother said since the first time that I met him, it makes sense. It just makes sense. So even if you, and the thing about it is, I don't want people to think like, oh man, we saying get educated, but while you getting educated, get educated, right? Because one of the things about that, the other scenario is, if you start to understand the process and understand what we up against, then using that same scenario, yeah, you might be a doctor, you making $300,000, but guess what? You need to be a land developer also, because you're gonna get to a point in time where you can't see patients no more.
Right.
Matter of fact, not only can you not see them, you don't want to see patients no more. You tired, you older. You know what I'm saying? And you need to have something that you can put in place from a legacy standpoint, right? So if you have the same opportunity when that building he's talking about 70,000, a doctor can go by that, but you gotta have the foresight and the vision to understand where we going. The reason I read these papers, because when I read these papers, man, it's telling me the vision of what's getting ready to happen. Now, Atlanta already has, I'm going to give you another one. Atlanta already, Hartsfield Jackson Airport is the #1 airport in the world, right?
Yep.
So now they come out, but where is it located? It's located in College Park.
Yep.
Right? What's in College Park? We in College Park. Black people in College Park. Guess what they're going to put out there now? Airport City.
Right.
They're going to come in with airports. What's Airport City? Are we going to put in a mixed-use development, retail? We're going to have 700,000 square feet of office space. Right. We're going to have listen to this, and you know who they thinking about. We're going to have a 5K walk and run track around Airport City. So if you know they're going to do this, and this is going to happen in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, right? Go on and get in place. Go on and get with your commercial lender now and say, hey, what I need to do to be in place? Well, I need $1 million loan. Well, what you going to do? I don't know. I'm going to do a little something, but I want to be over there. I want to be buying some land over there. Right. Even if they put in that thing, I'm saying, look, let me stick a Zaxby's up in there. Let me stick a Jimmy John's in there. Let me put my business in there. And you can still be the contract. You can still do different things. Matter of fact, let me put the faucets in. I know y'all need a bunch of faucets and all these different things that's going in these buildings. Let me get in on the contract, right? Yep. So that's all we saying is, it's time for us to stop complaining about it, right? Because it's happening. It's going to happen whether we want it to or not, but just saying, hey, take the time to get in position. Right? Just get in position. You ain't got to be the billionaire, but, 1% of $1 billion is better than 0% of 100,000.
Let's simplify it a little bit. A lot of people think, well, we ain't got that kind of money. Here's the thing. We got a lot of people who parents and grandparents is leaving them land in Atlanta, in Alabama, in Mississippi, and we don't want it. They like,
TJ, wait, time out, man. You must be better in my dream. Because I just wrote a whole plan out on just what you said. And not to cut you off, brother. Right?
Right. Go ahead.
But listen to this. This is what I'm about to hit these students with in about 7 weeks when they get back in school and they bring me back out to this college and I'm going to do this. Here's the thing. We got to start teaching our kids how to be in position to just inherit the house.
That part.
That's all you got to do. Your grandmother and your parents, the house that your grandmother lived in, nobody will ever be able to buy that house that cheap.
Right.
Ever.
They don't qualify.
Never. So as your grandmother age and your parents. So as your parents age, like my kids, they'll never be able to buy the house me and my wife brought at that price.
Right.
Right? So the only thing they got to do is be in position to where we age out and say, hey, you know what? We'll take that. And not let it go.
Well, it's up to us to teach our young people.
Right.
We got to train them, let them know, look, I'm leaving this to you. So I need you to be ready for it, because if you ain't ready, it ain't going to you. Straight out. Because most people, we got a lot of young people who sitting on waiting on mom and dad to get older, grandparents to get older, and they like, man, I'm going to get me some 34s. I'm going to get one of them Lexos and or them new Tahoe, Cadillacs, Escalades, or whatever. And that's the biggest dream we having.
Right.
Or I'm going to go buy that new Louis Vuitton, these sisters saying, or that fat Rolex for. And that's what's happening.
Right.
So we got to let them know. We as parents, we got to write that will accordingly. I'm gonna write that. I'm gonna be controlling my real estate from the grave. If you ain't took one of TJ's training courses and you ain't maintaining these properties, then everything goes over to TJ's nonprofit, to the boys and girls over there that want to learn how to do this, and we're gonna fund that with whatever they doing, because you got your chance. So it's up to us to do that, because most of these young people, they sitting around like, man, mom and dad. I seen, you seen on the news where the brother climbed up 13 stories or something to save his mom or something like that the other day. I'm like, boy, if his mom had $1 million insurance policy, you think he would have climbed up all them floors? I'm like, he like, woo, this is my chance. I'm going straight, you know.
Like,
and I'm not
you been like, jump, I'm gonna catch you.
I ain't like, it's too dangerous to climb up there. If you don't make it, I'm gonna be worth $9 million tomorrow. So I can't fall. You know what I'm saying?
But we just talked about that, TJ. 2 weeks ago, we just talked about what? Estate planning.
Yeah.
We just talked about that on the show. Like, we got to put ourselves in position, because if not, what's going to happen is grandma going to pass away, and a dude going to come to your house, or a young lady, they're going to knock on the door and say, hey, I'm going to give you $20,000 for the house.
Yeah.
We ain't never seen $20,000.
Right.
We never been trained about how to manage $20,000.
Right.
Like TJ said, you thinking about stuff, right? Cars and trucks and, butter, right? You ain't thinking about guns, right? That's Baby Boy. So I'm going to hit y'all. Y'all got to go back and watch Baby Boy when Ving Rhames had to... You want some, man?
Just heard the chapel. Wait a minute.
You got to go watch Ving Rhames. But listen, if we don't train our kids, then even if you do put everything in place, even if you have the life insurance policy in place, the $1 million is going to come to you when somebody passes away. If we don't teach our kids how to manage that type of money, it's going to go away.
Right.
It's going to evaporate. But if we start training them and pointing things out, showing them, it's happening all over the place. So you can just say, hey, look, you see that building? Let's grab it. Yeah. Maybe you don't have nothing to put in it right away. Grab it and hold it. Because it ain't going to get no cheaper.
Right.
It ain't getting no cheaper, man. So
Let's talk about that. We got too many people. The number one question that people, when they find out who I am, and I'm coming to town like this Saturday, I'll be to see upstairs from Tassili's Raw Food Reality in Atlanta, Georgia, doing a 2-hour presentation from 2 to 4. The number one question people ask me when I show them that flyer, ain't the market about to crash? I said, let me think about that. I say, Tyler Perry just opened the movie studios 10 miles, not even 5 minutes away. The biggest airport in the country right there, you know.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Amazon just moved in. Mercedes-Benz just moved. This corporate headquarters, not too far. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, brand new. I said, no, it ain't going to crash. No time soon, so quit. See, that's rumors that they spread in our communities. But all around the world, what are other races saying? Atlanta's the gold mine. Go buy up what you can while you can, while it's affordable. Go to Atlanta, except for us. Some of us are saying that, but we got to realize that the reason why let's break it down real quick. The reason why doctors are so successful is because they standing around the table and everybody knows, investors know, we want to build this housing tract. Let's go talk to some of our doctor friends. He's a brain surgeon. He makes $1 million a year. We only need $500,000 to get the ball rolling. Let's go see if he'll loan it to us and bring him in as an investor. So now you got the doctor standing around the table talking to his colleagues like, yeah, I just invested in those housing tracts in Alabama or Atlanta. And they're like, what? Put me on. Can I be a part of that? Oh, we're going to have the guy come out to the house and he's going to present to us his proposal of what he's talking about doing with these 500 houses. That's why doctors are so wealthy and successful, because they say, oh, we got another meeting on Monday because the filmmakers coming out to present a proposal. We got this brother Jaquan, he's over here about to present a TV series to us. You see what I'm saying? So that's why doctors appear to be so wealthy, but the reality is they make investments. So that's what we have to start doing. You know what I'm saying? We have to start making investments. So a lot of people say, well, we ain't got no money. Well, look, guess what? Did you just hear me say California real estate is at the all-time high? They said by 2020, here's that magical number he just said. By 2020, they said there may not be no black people in Los Angeles. Y'all hear what I just said? Ain't that next year?
That's next year.
Ain't that some months away? So what are they doing? What are they doing that's going to ensure that? I said, dang, are they going to crash a plane on top of LA, Watts, or something like that? We was trying to figure it out. Next thing you know, they come up with this thing called opportunity zones. I said, oh,
OZ.
That's what they gonna do. Now they telling wealthy people saying, take all your money and invest in LA, Compton and Watts, and you ain't gotta pay taxes on it.
10 years.
So that makes them say, oh man, it's on now. I'm going over there to the black community, and we not realizing from a construction standpoint what's gonna happen. We're like, oh man, they knocked on my door and offered me $750 for this $350,000 house. They taking it and running. Now the cold part about it. Okay, wait, we got to stick to this list. Now, I didn't wrote some notes, y'all. I want to get this off my chest and let us know.
Get it off your chest, bro.
What else are they doing? Now they got this thing called tariffs. Everybody mad at Donald Trump about these tariffs, right? But what is tariffs? Tariffs mean America saying, he said, we're going to make America great again, meaning we want to kick all these foreigners out. Toyota, Nissan, Honda, Samsung, we want all them to go. We want to give our Ford and Chrysler a chance. We want these cats to make some money. You know what I'm saying? We want Apple to make some money. So we kicking everybody else out, or we going to make them scale back. So now what happened? Mercedes-Benz just relocated its corporate headquarters to Atlanta, Georgia. Toyota Motor Corporation just packed its bag and pulled up anchor after 50 years or something like that in Torrance, California, and turned around and went to Plano, Texas. So they killed the real estate values in Torrance, California on the down low, but they created a windfall of money in Plano, Texas. So we talking about plain dirt that you paid $500 for yesterday. Now that Toyota Motor Corporation have announced they coming, that dirt just shot up to $500,000 overnight. Y'all hear what I just said?
Boom.
$500. How many of y'all saying, I ain't got no $500?
Boom.
You say, I ain't got no money to invest in real estate, but I know you can come up with $500 to buy you a piece of land in an area that nobody wants. So when you pay attention to these tariffs, I'm like Googling, who's moving? Where are they moving? So hey, I can jump on a plane, give me one of them on sale $59 Southwest flights, and run over there real quick and find something to buy. So that's the type of things we have to start doing. So tariffs, what else is going on? Now we got to talk about the value we have with our celebrity homes, y'all. Like people are like, who wants Compton? Why would they buy Compton? Well, check this out. You got the wealthiest rappers in the world come from Compton, California. How many famous rappers we know come from Compton?
Gang of.
List.
Now,
Right.
now,
You start off with Dr. Dre. And just
Dr. Dre,
come
the
on
billionaire.
up, right?
He's
the billionaire.
So now we got celebrity tours. Go view Compton houses. Come check out all the gangster houses in Compton. Dr. Dre used to live there. Eazy-E used to live. Ice Cube, DJ Quick. Oh, they can just keep going. This is
Kendrick
YG's
Lamar.
house. This is Kendrick Lamar's house.
The
You got
gang.
the gang. You got cats jumping out the tour buses, walking over there past the gang members, stepping over bodies to take a picture. You know what I'm saying? So now the smart one's saying, let's buy up their houses now before people, so we can make them museums after gentrification. Didn't they just sell Martin Luther King's house out here in Atlanta?
Yeah,
Need I say more?
Yeah, it just became a part of the national.
They took
They made it a part of a national park. They expanded it, so now it became part of the National Park Service.
So we got to realize how this game works, family. If you knew that Dr. Dre's house, which is next door to you in Compton, and that the corporations actually bought it, and they're gonna make this a museum once they get rid of all the black folks out the area, that means your property value is worth money too. I'd be like, I got a mansion next door to the Getty Museum. You'd be like, what do you want for it? I don't. And so
I don't. I'm good.
you can Airbnb it at $1,000 a night. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, I'll take 3 nights. I want to go out there and see. But my point is, there's so much opportunities out here. But here's the last one. Trades, family. There is not enough people to come in here and do the development. We need us to turn around and teach our own people. We got to get back into these trades. These TV hangings, these carpentry, these plumbing, these roofers, these gardeners, all of this stuff, family, because these are pathways to wealth. It's going to be the TV hanger that realizes, you know what? This TV mount. Let's how about this? The TV guy. Remember back in the days when the TV mount, when they first started hanging TVs on the wall, they used to just sit still, right? Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden they got a little funky on us. They made it tilt. Like, okay, I want the tilt one now. Then what they do next? Somebody said, "Oh, I want it. I can just, I can watch it while I'm in the bathroom or in the kitchen cooking dinner or something." Now it's like, well, what does that mount cost? Oh, that's $150. Oh, it's $300 for the one to hang an 80-inch on the wall. So he comes up with one idea. I'm just gonna make that mount tilt, and all of a sudden he's a billionaire because guess what? There's over 1 billion people in the world that said, "I need 10." You know what I'm saying? Give me 5 of those. Hotels going up. I got a contract with a hotel chain. Hilton says it wants new TV tilting mounts all over the world in all its hotels. Now you done cut a $2 billion contract with them.
Whoa.
Y'all see what I'm saying? So we got
Just
to get
the
in the
TV mountain
trades.
guy.
Yeah, now he done turned around and came up with this brilliant idea. He done patented it, copyrighted, trade everything he had to do to protect it, and now he's licensing it out to these cats. And now he's a multi-billionaire because he then came up with an idea to make a TV tilt. How about that? So
And
we got to get into the trades.
And you heard what TJ said. And he's copyright, patent, right? And we just talked about that. You got to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So don't just go run out there and do it now. Protect yourself, because if you do, somebody come right behind you and say, "Hey, you ain't got the tilt protected? Oh, I'll take that."
Right.
I'll take that with no
don't
no problem, man. But
You don't want
and
nobody to come over and discover your idea.
one of the things that I wanted to talk about, because you talk about that in your book, is the whole notion of the invisible brick wall. What's the invisible brick wall? When people look at neighborhoods, say, "Oh man, I could never buy a house in this
Right.
neighborhood."
There's an invisible brick wall up around every expensive neighborhood. Like, what is that? What's the most expensive neighborhood out here?
Like Alpharetta, Sandy Springs,
Okay,
Buckhead. Everybody know Buckhead, so just say Buckhead.
As soon as you say, "Oh, I'm thinking about moving to Buckhead," what's the normal reaction?
Oh man,
That's too expensive.
that's too expensive. You can't buy no. What's he?
Wait. When's the last time you've been over there looking? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I haven't. Well, how do you know it's so expensive? Well, I'm just saying. I heard.
I know Buckhead expensive.
I seen the houses over there. I know you can't afford them. You know what I'm saying? So one thing I love to do is go that means there's an invisible brick wall around those communities because so many people stay out. So in California, there was a neighborhood called Palos. There's a neighborhood called Palos Verdes, California. It's the most beautiful city in America because it sits up high on the mountaintop, looking over the ocean, and you looking over LA. So you know how when you looking at fireworks, you looking up, right? When you in Palos Verdes, you actually sitting on your patio looking down at the fireworks. It looked like all the LA on fire while you looking at the sailboats go by over here, LA on fire over there, and the beautiful ocean. So Palos Verdes got it locked. Donald Trump got a golf course out there. It's just out of control, but it's a hidden brick wall around it. So what I realized when Nissan Motors, Nissan, Toyota, and Honda all stick together, right? They dominated Palos Verdes, that whole mountaintop. Corporate executives got houses on top of this whole mountaintop, right? All of a sudden, tariffs started coming. They knew long before we knew that they gonna have to pull up anchor and get out of here. So they started scaling back and decided. Nissan left in 2009. Fast forward the story. What happened? I started noticing for sale signs everywhere. Then those for sale signs turned into for sale or lease. Do you understand what that means?
I mean, he couldn't sell it.
That means they've been on the market so long, we can't sell it. So now we going to sell it or lease it. What happens when you got 13 signs like that on the same block? That means,
It's a bargain.
That means you're going to get a bargain on these prices, family. But most people don't recognize that. So that's when I decided, okay, we need to learn how to negotiate because they got for sale or lease signs on all these houses in Palos Verdes. And they sitting vacant, but yet people fighting over LA. I'm like, this is a much beautiful area. It's 10 more minutes up the road. Now, if you're a business owner, you're good. But my point is, go on in there and buy you a cheap house. Look, I know you want $1.5 million, but I just realized that you don't owe that much on the house because you had it for a while. So I'm only willing to give you $750 for it. You hear what I just said?
Yeah.
That's how this game works,
And
family.
I'm gonna say, okay.
Negotiations.
And I'm gonna say, okay, because it's been out there for a while, and I need to get moving.
So when you go talk to a realtor, the realtor said, this Palos Verdes, this Buckhead, what you talking about? I'm like, didn't Toyota just move away? Oh, did they? You know they did. They was like, I said, what's the effects of that? They, well, you know, okay, let me be honest with you. They gonna play you dumb if you don't let them know you know. But if you don't know, they gonna get full price offer from you, even though it's 13 houses on the one block.
Man, if you don't let them know you know, you're gonna get scalped.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what at the end of the day, that's what's gonna happen, man. And we at the top of the hour. So look, every week on the Daily Bread Show, and this is episode 110. So a couple of things we're gonna close out with. The one thing is this, and you can put this in the chat. I know we ain't opened up the phone line.
You got 6 more minutes for an hour.
6 more minutes, okay, so we'll keep it moving. So a couple of things we want to do. The first one is this. We got to put out a public service announcement. And the public service announcement is this. Everybody needs to go out and see I Got the Hookup Part 2. You got to go out and see Master P's movie. It's out right now in theaters. I Got the Hookup Part 2. People say, oh, man, it ain't funny. You got to go out and see the movie I Got the Hookup Part 2. But I don't like Master P. You got to go out and see the movie I Got the Hookup Part 2.
And go buy Part 1, too. Watch that first, then go see Part 2 as well.
And do both. Why? Because this is a black man making a black movie, and the proceeds are going to support and help Black communities.
Yep.
Black people. Not like Black Panther, where we went out and drove, supported that, but that didn't come back to our community. That didn't help our kids. That didn't help our schools. This man is doing stuff for the community.
Yep.
He's putting people on. He's taking people from Instagram famous and putting them on a big screen. People who already thought they was going, now this one really gave them an injection. Well, now they're going to get other roles. And this is the kind of stuff that Spike Lee was doing back in the day before Denzel got big, before Wesley Snipes got big, before Taraji P. Henson got big, before Samuel Jackson got big. People like Spike Lee, John Singleton, and now Master P, they putting people on. So you got to go out and see, I Got the Hookup Part 2. You got to. I mean, that's duty. That ain't no, I think maybe. you got to do that. That's part of your duty. So, and then every week on the Daily Bread Show, we had a book of the week. So now with the book of the week, I'm going to turn it over to TJ to tell you all about the book of the week.
Family, we got to buy this book. Not just one. This should be under every Christmas tree. This should be at the table for Thanksgiving. We got to talk about this, family. This is the textbook. This is the workbook, family.
Yeah, what is this, man?
This is called Monetizing Gentrification and Building Black Ownership through Monetizing Gentrification, family. What does that mean? We're going to use this word called gentrification, which clearly means it's raining money in the communities with all this construction and development. So we're going to use that as a way to get these houses built so we can turn around and create, build black ownership. So ThomasTJLofton.com. Go to the website, ThomasTJLofton, LOFTIN.com, family. Lock that in. ThomasTJLofton.com. Go there right now. Buy these up, family, and put these on the family tables. Get these away as gifts, and then when we got to talk about this, family. Every time I pull this book out and we get this conversation going about real estate, you should see people like, what you guys? What are you guys talking about? I heard y'all. You know, it's a conversation piece that people just start talking, family, because we don't hear that too much. We don't hear real conversation. So this book is designed to teach our babies. It's designed to teach us what's going on. So last year, I traveled around the nation. I did 15 states, black communities, Atlanta, D.C., California, Philadelphia. I hit all these states, family, and I followed what's going on with the real estate. And I realized they're removing home ownership for African Americans across the country. It is very difficult to find conversation where it's positive conversation about real estate ownership in the black community. I done sat on panel discussions nationwide and heard people down real estate, not talk about nothing that got anything to do with real estate, but we talk about everything else. They want us to talk about Bitcoins. They want us talking about medical marijuana. They want us talking about everything but real estate. And then when they start talking about it, they say flipping. No, we don't want to flip. Put it like this. We didn't flip and raise the prices of houses is what we did. We didn't took people. Now you got the investors come in, and here in Atlanta, for example, they come in, buy the houses up at $3,500. These boarded up houses, raise them to $65,000 and sit on them because they know what's going on, family. So this book talks about all of that, but it gives us solutions, family. So it's time that we educate ourselves of what's going on. This Saturday, I'll be at Tassili's Raw Food Reality giving a presentation. It's only $25, family. Repeat after me. Come on, everybody say it. It's only $25 for the game, y'all.
It's only $25.
It's only $25. You come in there for 2 hours, and I'm going to blow your mind with things that's going to let you know how you can create wealth. Showing you my travels. We're going to talk about things that you don't normally hear at the dinner table. We're going to talk about things that you don't hear when you sit down watching football with your partners, of how people making wealth and how you too can do it as well. How you going to become wealthy. Let's all say it. How you going to become wealthy, because this is the timeline, family. This is real. It's not for play. I just gave y'all some simple situations. The trades. Learning how to swing hammers. We got the simplest people out here becoming very successful with basic knowledge, y'all. Y'all hear what I just said? So come on out, y'all. ThomasTJLofton.com and register for that event. I appreciate y'all.
Man.
Pick up that book.
Man. So where they picking up? Is it Amazon? What do we?
Not on Amazon. It's on my website, ThomasTJLofton.com.
There you go.
And other than that, it's at some black bookstores out here in Atlanta. It's in bookstores all around the country. Black bookstores, family, because we want to keep the black businesses going, family.
Come on, man. Come on. Where else? Listen, man. Where else? Internet. Where else you gonna get this kind of information at?
That's right.
Let me think about that for a minute. Only on the Daily Bread Show. Only right here. Where else they talking about
Black
this?
owned.
And giving it to you.
Black owned.
Black owned and operated. This is what we're doing over here. 110 episodes. I see all of the families on. Hey, I appreciate everybody for coming out tonight. TJ.
Yes.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother, for bringing the energy, man. Thank you for your willingness to come out and bless us, bless me. Because every time that I have a guest on, you notice, look, I got my pen. I'm taking notes. Like, hey, I'll be Saturday. I'll be right up there. Like I ain't never heard him before, never seen him. Like, who is that? I don't know. Man, let me get in. Get my grandson, hey man, come let me show you this guy, man. Let me show you what's happening. Right? At 8 years old, I had him on the show. And you need to do the same thing too. So if you haven't told somebody about the show or shared it, we share the craziest stuff, you know, somebody getting beat up or somebody, you know, shaking their rump and this kind of stuff, man. Man, share this information with some people that you know and love and say, hey man, come over and check this brother out. He's doing some good stuff on the Daily Bread Show. He's doing it every week and he's doing it for us. He's doing it for us. What's up, man? When you playing the music? I love this song, man. But y'all, hey, y'all be blessed. I appreciate the support. Hey, we're going to have more next week. Keep it locked. Next Thursday. And make sure you, hey, get your local business paper. If you don't subscribe to the Atlanta Business Chronicle, hey, railroad ties, railroad transportation coming to Atlanta. Boeing Airlines looking for a warehouse to relocate to Atlanta. It's all right here. It's right here, man.
They following the employees.
Come on, man. Y'all be cool. Root and root.
Hey.
Root and root. Hey.
All right.
He looking for a cue, like, man, what's all that?
We was out.
He was like, what's all that? What's all that?
What's going on here?
Hey, man, so where you at Saturday?
To see these raw food reality, I'll be upstairs.
Tassinis. How you spelling that, bro?
TASSILIS.
LIS.
You see these raw food reality.
Raw food reality?
Yep. Upstairs.
Upstairs.
Yep.
1057 Ralph David
Abernathy.
Oh, you right over there by me.
Right there. You
Where
I can
was
tell
that?
you ain't been there yet.
I haven't.
It's by the shrine of the Black Madonna.
Yeah,
Down
I've
the
been.
street, yeah.
Yeah, I done plenty of stuff at the shrine.
Yep. So go online, y'all, and register. It's only $25. Get your free registration. $30 at the door. Come on in and get some of this knowledge. Let's be around like-minded people and talk real estate ownership and business ownership. You know?
Man, that's some heat there, boy.
We're going to see you there, Raheem.
Oh,
Yeah, what time is it, Saturday?
2 to 4.
2 to 4, man.
2 to
I
4.
should make that.
And then I'll be
I got
speaking
it
after that. I
12:30.
forgot about that. I'll be speaking after that from 5 to 9. We're going to be at another event in the backyard of that same place. It's going on, y'all. Everybody's saying we got to get this.
Man. That's what I'm talking about. Shoot.
On the
Same
road,
time,
y'all
some
had
celebrity people.
some pervert called in, man. That's what that was, man.
One of your perverts.
I said some pervert called in. You was
Oh, we live, brother. We live. Hold on. Wait a minute.
I'm locked on who was.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Come on, masturbation dog.
Oh, man. Hey, they was trying to mess up the show. That's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
They say they in there talking that good information. That's called that's changed the blueprint.
I hung up on the quick. When I heard what he was saying, now
Look, ooh.
Wait. We got to derail this conversation. They talking about some good stuff. That wasn't true.
You know what I'm saying? We can't have
Hey,
that.
you got to screen them calls, so I appreciate that.
Man.
yes, sir.
Steph, I see you got a gang of pictures. You got to send me them pictures, TJ.
All right, we do that.
You got to send them, man. So that was, man. That was crazy, man. That was crazy.
Shoot me the address. Saturday.
1057 out Ralph David Abernathy.
Okay, yeah.
That was crazy,
I
bro.
gotta tell the shoot to be. You gotta tell me.
Let everybody know, bring some friends.
So I know what's like.
Let everybody know, bring a friend. Family, we out here in Atlanta. What is this? He said we ain't in Atlanta no more. We in Lilburn or something like that. Y'all know it's always a new city. But see, most people say we in Atlanta, but we ain't in Atlanta. We in Lilburn. So the goal is to let you know the name of these cities, because everybody always think he's in Atlanta. She live in Atlanta, but they don't live in Atlanta. They really live an hour outside of Atlanta, 30 minutes outside of Atlanta, but everybody only know about Atlanta. Can you get that backpack, please? Most people only, y'all see that? I almost left that backpack now. Most people only know about Atlanta, but we got to start talking about other cities because people need to know about what's affordable, what's the neighborhood where I can live in that's expensive, what's compatible to Beverly Hills, what's compatible to Compton. I need to know these areas. So people, we can't just keep saying, oh, it's Atlanta, I live in Atlanta. No, you don't live in Atlanta. You live in Lilburn. You live in Snellville, Smyrna, whatever, Fayetteville, etc. All right, family, so I'm about to get... What's up, Lisa? Kendi, Teresa, how you doing? Regina, how you doing, Miss Grimes? Nah, how you doing? Kai, what's up, Kai? Jarrell, what's going on? Aaron, what's going on, good brother? Ian, how you doing? Sharice, what's going on? King Eddie in the house. Nomad, what's going on, brother? Kathy, Kevin, what's up? I appreciate y'all tuning in. We about to tune out, head on out. We out here.
Hey,
It's
man,
dark.
y'all go ahead and do y'all thing, bro. That was the joint.
I appreciate
That
you,
was the
fam.
heat, man. You always bring the goddamn. Wow.
You know, we
coast to coast. Hey, man, I'm coming, man. I got.
all right.
That's why they call them guests, bro. You don't
All right,
let people
family, we
walk
up out of here. I got to get on out to the next thing.
Hey,
Y'all know it's a lot of things going on, and it's a lot of things going on out here, y'all. So I got to get to the next thing. It don't never stop. Entrepreneurship don't never stop, y'all. People be like, "What time you get off the radio?" I'd be like, probably about 9 something. They like, all right, let's set it for 10, 9:30 or something. It's a lot of stuff be going on, fam. So I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Peace and love. See y'all this weekend if you're on this side of town. Get that book if you're not. ThomasTJLofton.com. Peace.